here's what sucks about this story is that during COVID-19, which both you and I were sort of like working things that had to do with frontline stuff. You were doing masks and getting PPE to people. I was running the largest test site in the country.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that arrangement thing because I was still working and I had purpose and I had all these things. Like I actually really value my time during that. I didn't have this sense of isolation. So it was really strange to understand that so many people in this isolated state were having such angry feelings at things like lockdowns and stuff, because I was seeing every day, I'm so glad people are following the rules because there's these things.
But you are also having human interaction during that lockdown time.
But here's what I think sucks, which is why I understand why people went so far into the anti-vax stuff, is because, well, first of all, we didn't have a unified message and unified way throughout the country of like understanding things. People have a really hard time with the idea that as we learn more, we change the rules. People want the rules to be the rules. They want the deadlines to be the deadlines. And that just wasn't the case with COVID as we were learning more about it. And there were different regulations for different places all over the place. And we were denying some people a little bit of reality. So like the kids in schools thing went a little too far, and that just like pushed people way to the other side.
Yeah.
So like there were these things that were legitimate concerns that in a normal conversation between adults, and this happened multiple times in my circles, where they're like, yeah, I get this policy and I get that policy, but like blah, blah, blah has gone a little too far. And someone like me, I was running the largest test site in the country. Like, right. I was completely on the side of vaccines. I'd be like, yeah, you're right. They should change that. Like even me on that side, I'd be like, yeah, no, they went a little too far. They should change that. I was totally happy to give a little and say like, yeah, we should roll that one back a little bit. That's no longer the standard and we should like reassess. But for people that were hardliners, it was like, no, you're trying to kill me. Get out of here. And then of course you're going to get people
the changes that they saw were evidence of corruption or conspiracy, whereas science is a self-correcting enterprise.
And also government is always a little bit messy during emergencies. We never handle them perfectly.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, that is very true.